Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Monday night live stream. That was an oldie but a goodie. That's the Funkin' 3 from Tommy Igoe's Groove Essentials #2. And I haven't played that in a really long time, and I thought it would be a lot of fun. That's the Funkin' 3. And I'm going to be talking about some threes tonight and some perhaps rock waltzes, maybe some famous ones. And maybe we'll have a discussion about what those favorite tunes might be, which I think would be kind of cool. And Hudson, through today, is having 25% off everything on their digital platform. So go to hudsonmusic.com. You got, I think today's the last day. And download some music, man. So there's a whole bunch of tracks up there, including some of my stuff and stuff from Joe Bergamini and stuff from Stan Moore and stuff from Tommy Igoe and stuff from all these great educators. And yeah, it's just super fun. So welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you guys tonight, hanging out on this drum hang, if you will, Monday night. It's going to be a lot of a hang tonight, I think, which, I'm totally digging. I'm going to check in with the chat. And I got a few things to talk about. I got a list. I got my hot cocoa not on my snare, so I don't spill it, which I did last time. And I'm going to talk about some gear, too. But let me check in with all you guys before I do, like, all my weekly announcements. Where's my goggles? Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. Live stream with chat. Boom. There's the chat window. So, first of all, if you like what I do, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Yay. Lucia, what's up? I'm happy you're here tonight. I'm always happy when you're here. I have to tell you, Lucia and I she won the drum book giveaway, and so she got a 30-minute session, and we spent the time writing stuff together for the hand technique workshop booklet. That was how she wanted to spend her time. So we did that on Sunday, yesterday in the morning, and we wrote a new routine. And it's the brainchild of Lucia. She came up with this very cool duple triple combo of her own that we're going to be talking about in the next hand technique workshop, which is this week. Bob Sears, what's up, Bob? How are you doing? So it's kind of cool, like watching you guys interact within the chat with each other. I enjoy that very, very much. I think it's super fun. Very cool. Thank you for the update, John Gill. It's always good to know that things are running well when they are running well, right? Or even if they're not running well, I want to hear about it. So, definitely let me know. I appreciate that. I love getting feedback from you guys in any way, shape, or form, because even if it's a critical thing, it helps me to get better, which helps in turn other people to get better, since I'm helping people as well all the time. Very cool. I'm going to, hey, Jim Royals in the house. What's happening, buddy? Just use your book in my last lesson. Awesome. I love that. Thanks so much for the support, Jim Royal. You are a gentleman and a scholar, and I love you, buddy. And Jim Royal, for those of you who don't know, is a very, very talented percussionist, drummer, educator. And check out Jim Royal and the things that he's doing. He's in the Connecticut area. And welcome. Glad to have you tonight, of course. Thank you, Lucia. That was very nice of you. I know, I'm catching up, man. I'm catching up with the chat. Daniel Michael, what's happening? Good to see you, man. What's going on, my buddy? Glad to have you in here. I'm going to talk about my upcoming clinic tonight a little bit. Don O'Keefe, we have a little announcement. We're going to get to that in a minute. Good to have you, Don O'Keefe. And yes, I hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. I hope it was safe and socially acceptable in these COVID times, right? We kept it really small, and it was really nice. We saw my daughter and her husband and the Munchkins, and that was super fun. So it was really small, just 5 of us and the babies. So that was really cool. And hopefully, I don't know what we're gonna do for Christmas. We're gonna keep it as safe as possible, and then hopefully by next year, man, November comes, all me and all you people, we're gonna be hanging out in Indianapolis at the next PASIC event, and whoever's going, and hopefully we'll be having a couple of cocktails in person together, and that would be really nice. Bob Sears again, Brian Yerkins, you're such a nice boy, Brian, man, what's happening? My mom's been trying to text you. She just wants to hang out, get some pizza. I don't understand why you're not answering. I go, baby. Yeah, exactly. Patricia Brezzi's in here. Do you know who that is? Do you people even understand who this person? I don't have a graphic for her, but that would be my sister. So my sister's in here, and I will say that we really missed seeing my sister this year because, like I said, we went to my daughter's house. We kept it really small. My sister went to my mother's house, so they kept that one really small. So we had these little small gatherings instead of all being together. But hopefully, like I said, next year we'll all be together hanging. So that's my sister, Patricia, and I call her Trish. And there she is. I don't know if she's working tonight, but she's hanging. So that's cool. Tell your nurse buddy from work, who's a drummer, that we're on tonight. Maggie Say, right? Cool, man. Lucia, very cool. So we got that. Ross Amoroso in the house. What's happening, buddy? Good to see you, man. And I have to say, like, this is like the A team, all of you guys, man. It's so cool watching this interaction. I'm sorry, getting carried away with it, Hey, check this out. So Bob Sears, he won the Filling in the Grooves book giveaway a couple weeks ago, and he just got his book today. So he's excited about that, and that's awesome. I'm so glad that you got the book in hand. I hope you like my little inscription that I wrote in there. Cool. Chuck and Ann Freeman, what's happening? You are back. How's it going? Hey, Chuck. Very cool to see you. I love how it's like Chuck and Ann. It's like a package deal. But I think tonight we only have Chuck because Chuck is in parentheses. So I think it's just Chuck. And then if Ann comes in, then it'll say in parentheses, it'll say Ann. Chris Peters, I miss you, buddy. You should come to the clinic Saturday. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. I do miss seeing you, buddy. But I do watch, I live vicariously through your Instagram page, which is really interesting. I have to say, it's been really interesting lately. So, yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, I know, man. PASIC, gotta see it happen. So, I'm catching up. I know, I'm getting down the page. Yeah. All right, awesome. So I think I'm caught up. I'm gonna do a little housekeeping announcement stuff, and the first announcement that I'm gonna make. This is pretty cool. I think I have this graphic ready to go, but boom, that's not the one. This one. The winner of last week's drum book giveaway, who gets announced on the following Monday, Don O'Keefe. Check that out. So Don's got 30-minute session of whateverness, which I know is going to be technology coaching. We're going to be talking about 810 minis and GoPros and stuff, because that's what has been on the mind of Don O'Keefe, I believe. So, and yes, I have been seeing your messages. I'm trying to catch up. Over the weekend, I was about 600 emails behind, and I'm getting caught up. So it's a little insane. But yeah, so Don O'Keefe is the winner for this week's giveaway. How cool is that? So everybody, congratulate Don. Actually, let's give him a round of applause. I think that was pretty low. I don't know if you heard the round of applause. And we'll give him the solo clapping also. So Don O'Keefe, man, you won it. That's really cool. All right, awesome. So, thanks, man. Yeah. Thanks about the clinic. I will be talking about that in a moment. Look at that. So Don and I are going to be doing a little collaboration in our next session. All right, let me just talk about a few housekeeping points. So, the companies that I endorse, that I love, Sabian cymbals. Look at these beautiful pieces of metal that are so beautiful. You gotta love it. So, and sometimes I go through and name all my cymbals, but I do have to say HH 22-inch King ride. I get a lot of questions about that ride cymbal. Extreme Crash 19. Fierce Crash 19. Sorry, Extreme Crash 17. HHX Evolution Ozone cymbal. Aero Splashes. Ooh, 8 and 10. And Artisan hats. And over here, some HHX Accelerator hats. So that's the cymbal setup lately. And I also want to mention, I think I can do this kind of in a good way, offset pedals. Look at these lovely pedals down here. Of course, my other pedals are Tama for my Gahate bracket and my hi-hat, which is a lever glide, and then offset pedals for my bass drum pedals, which, as you can see, is a very interesting layout, right? The beaters are in the middle, and yeah, it's super fun to play with. And so my combination is with my Tama Iron Cobra pedals mixed with my offset pedals. So, and what was interesting is I tried to build an offset pedal a really long time ago. I took some Iron Cobra pedals and I cut them up and I Frankensteined this crazy offset pedal that I made before I met the guys from Offset. And so I built a pedal and I kind of showed it to some of the Tama reps, and they were like, yeah, it's cool. They didn't know if they really had a market for it. But I will say I'm really happy that I went to Offset because I made them and they were okay. They lasted for a little while, but they started to break down. So I know with Offset, the pedals are going to be really good. They're built really well. And at the time, I was playing on an 8-pedal setup with like 4 hi-hats and 2 Gahate brackets and 2 bass drum pedals. It was really bananas, but it was super fun. And it was on sort of an ambidextrous kit that I had built. So anyway, so that's the Sabian Offset thing. ProLogic's practice pads, which, by the way, I owe them a video, but check this out. This is the Thunder Kick practice pad. Look at this thing. What? This thing is crazy. Look at this bass drum pedal practice pad that they built. It's beautiful, first of all. It's like, I don't know how many plies that is, but it's unbelievable, and it's this curved surface, and it's got removable pad that you can put in a harder pad or a softer pad, and they send you that curved beater like the Roland setup that some of us had, right? When we had Roland, the early Roland electronic bass drum pads, and it's got that bent beater that it comes with, so super cool. And then, of course, like I said, it's got a different density disc over here. And I realized that my double bass pedal, both beaters will fit on that, which I was amazed by because I didn't think it was going to. But if I pull the beaters in a little bit, they both fit on that pad in the middle. So that's very cool. I would love to talk to ProLogix about maybe an official double bass pad, but we'll see. So anyway, ProLogix practice pads and percussion. Awesome stuff. Oh, my God. And I'm using some zoom cameras. That was a zoom camera down on my feet. And also I want to mention all of my social media links, my Kitco site, and sign up for my mailing list. And that's how you get PDFs and all the good stuff about my live stream. So there's the housekeeping. Don O'Keefe is the winner this week. I think that's awesome. And then, so the last thing I do want to mention before I dig back into some drumming ideas is that I'm doing this clinic on Saturday. I should have had a graphic for this, which I don't have. But so I've been sharing it on Facebook, the event page. And so Stephen Chamberlain and myself are teaming up yet once again. But this time, instead of doing a hands thing, we're doing a drum set presentation and masterclass. So we're going to have some stuff for you guys to do. And it's obviously no pressure. I'm not going to put anybody on the spot, but we're going to be going through some different ideas and routines for the drum kit, groove kind of construction for doing tracks, and ways that you can approach a track when you get something given to you. I know a lot of people are getting into home studio stuff these days, so hopefully we'll provide some really good information for building your drum tracks and tracking in the studio. And of course, there'll always be some fills mixed in from me because, of course, I'm always working on some fun drum fills, so there'll be some drum fill ideas as well as groove construction. And Stephen Chamberlain has got some stuff up his sleeve, and we are going to be demoing a new Sabian cymbal, and perhaps there'll be a giveaway or two from our lovely sponsors with Prologix and Sabian, and I think it's going to be super fun. And yes, it's going to be recorded on Saturday. I think I'm going to do an edited version for all of you guys for attending. However, the event is up on my Facebook page, and if you click on the event, there's a registration page. It's $19, and you get 90 minutes of instruction with Stephen Chamberlain and myself, and it's in a Zoom class format. So when you sign up, you get a confirmation email that will have the Zoom link in it, and I hope that you're willing to join us on Saturday. If you haven't registered, please do it. That'd be awesome. And if you told me, hey man, I'm definitely going to come, the link is now up and posted, so you kind of have to sign up on your own. If you need the link sent to you, I can send you the link, so no problem with that. But the event page is up, so awesome. So yeah, okay, so cool. Very cool. Look at that, Don. You're such a good guy, man. So I'm just catching up on a couple of things. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Right. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Back to the ride cymbal. I had missed all this. Because I was talking too much. I'm just talking and talking. I got to stop and do a little playing. So I was going to talk a little bit about, thanks, man. Yeah, awesome, John. I appreciate it. By the way, one other thing I should mention, besides the clinic coming up, is also in January. I can't think of the date right now, but Lucia and myself are going to be guests on O for Drum's Sake, along with Janine, Bobby Angeletta, John Gill, Dom Famularo, and everybody's going to be there with a student. I will be with my student Lucia, and we're going to be talking about the history of drum education. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. So do follow O for Drum's Sake on Instagram, which is Janine Fox's page. And this is going to be a really good time. January 9th, thank you, John Gill. So definitely come down for that. And I guess come down to Instagram for that. That's the way it works. And so it's going to be really fun. So two things I'm going to bring up tonight for you guys. This is drum watcher, live streamer, people involvement night. So I'm going to talk about rock waltzes and our favorite rock waltzes, but I do want you guys to start fielding in the chat. You can do this because I can take this chat transcript afterwards. Ideas that you want for my Monday night live streams. So I have one that I'm planning where I'm going to be breaking down the drumming of Tony Thompson and going over stuff from Power Station and stuff that he played with Diana Ross, and going through a bunch of the Tony Thompson drum parts and sort of how Nile Rodgers and his producing and bringing out those drum parts in Tony Thompson. So we're going to be doing a Tony Thompson night, which is in some coming weeks. And I'm going to be doing that with a co-host who's a student, Vincent LaRussa. So he's going to be my co-host for that. Lucia is going to be a guest, and she's going to co-host, and we're going to talk about the drumming of some of her favorite drummers. And so we're going to be involving some of you guys. So put out some ideas, and I really look forward to doing a little bit of collaboration. And I know I've done guests in the past, like bass players and guitar players and singers. But I want to have some of my drummer friends, drummer students, and have you guys come in with me, and we'll discuss certain topics and break down drum parts from some of these folks. So start fielding ideas when you get them in the chats, or you can always email me, text me, but throw it in the chat if you could. That would be awesome. And don't forget, tomorrow when this video's up, if you haven't won a book yet, put it in the comments, hashtag free drum book, because you're bound to win. I think John Gill has won, Bob Sears has won, Don O'Keefe has won, Lucia has won. And, it's just like it's happening, man. It's on. So you got to get in there. I think we have 5 winners. Pat Ross. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, rock waltzes. And I have a waltz in my book that's from my band Giant Flying Turtles, which I've played on this show before, which is kind of a, snare on the 3 kind of waltz. And then there's a snare on the 1 kind of waltz we're going to talk about. Actually, I got some IGO tracks up that work with that. So I'll give you some ideas to go work on these things. And then, so there's a few different ideas there, and I have some drum fills in my book, which is called Not Your Grandma's Waltz. It's like 10 rock waltz drum fills, which are super fun to do. And I want to know, what is your favorite rock waltz tune? And I know I can say right off the bat, Lucia did one for one of our drum student roundup shows not that long ago. Hint, hint, Lucia. What was that rock waltz that you played? And I'm going to mention a couple other ones. Everybody knows Manic Depression, right? Jimi Hendrix. That was probably one of the first ones I ever heard when I was a kid. And do me a favor, Chuck, tomorrow, hashtag free drum book. And I'm telling you why. The comments don't populate from the live. It only populates once the video is archived. So make sure tomorrow or late tonight, then go put it in the comments. Once the thing ends and it becomes an archived video, then you put the hashtag free drum book. All right, Chuck? So make sure you do that, because that's the way to do it, just so you know. I want to make sure that you get the benefit of that. Because the first night I did it, everybody was putting it in the chat here. And then when the live stream shut down, all the comments were gone and nobody won. So then I had to tell everybody to go back in later on. Okay, so one thing. So the Manic Depression beat. Something like that, right? So and that one, what I love about that, it really is sort of coming from a jazz waltz, right? Because he sort of is playing. Cool, man. Thanks, thanks for that, Ross. 1, a 2, a 3 triplet, 1, a 2, a 3 triplet, 1, a 2, a 3 triplet, 1, a 3 triplet, 1, a 2, a 3 triplet, 1, a 2, a 3 triplet, 1. Right? So the that one, Buddy Miles, right? Coming from a jazz background, that's a really cool. Oh, Mitch Mitchell, right? Mitch Mitchell, not Buddy Miles. Mitch Mitchell. And so that's such a great. That's such a great feel. Now, Lucia, did you ever answer me? You played one that was totally inspired by that. What was it? What was it? I'm waiting. All right, we'll see if she shows up in the chat with that answer. But there's a bunch of these different tunes, and so just to name a few, and there's some that I didn't know about. So it never occurred to me the song Drowse by Queen, which I wasn't really up on that. Did I pull that up? I didn't. Drowse from Queen. So that's actually, she doesn't remember. Wait, remember you did from the Chili Peppers, Breaking the Girl, right? Right? So Breaking the Girl's got that kind of feel, right? really super cool. Right? So yeah, so that was definitely inspired by the manic depression groove. And actually, I think there's some great footage of Chad Smith, talking about that, how he was influenced by that. Don O'Keefe, I love Queen, but I am not familiar with Drowse. Drowse. Neither was I. Drowse. Great song. Look it up. That was a really cool one. Of course, House of the Rising Sun was put into Rock Waltzes, which is a 12/8 feel, but we'll let it slide. It's in the threes, right? Let's see. Piano Man, of course, right? I Am by Queensryche, if you're a heavy one, right? You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, Beatles. And then, a couple of newer things. Oh, and also I have to mention, yes, Dreams, Allman Brothers. Very cool. I guess you could also kind of put Whipping Post in there if you want, because that's, basically going through some three stuff, right? And then another one I wanted to mention I didn't know about, and I have a couple of friends and students are fans of Lifehouse, so You and Me by Lifehouse. But I have to mention Rainbow Connection by Kermit the Frog. So, Kermit the Frog, Rainbow Connection. That's a beautiful rock waltz. I cry when I hear that song. Tony Waka, what's up, dude? Tony Waka is a sax player that we worked in club day bands together. And I'm pretty sure I can find this, but Tony Waka, myself, Jeff Radke on piano, and I forget the bass player's name that we had on that session. Artie, maybe? We went in and we did a jazz Christmas album. And it was super fun. I had these guys in the studio, and I said, listen, we're going to play a bunch of jazz Christmas tunes. And I just booked studio time and brought these guys in. I played brushes for the entire thing. It was super fun. It was really pretty. And I got to find that recording. I have it somewhere. But maybe, hey, maybe come Christmas season, we'll do some Christmas tunes in the live stream. Yes, Artie Bagar. Right. Oh, man, I can't believe it. And you remembered that. See that? All right, wait, let me keep going with some tunes here. So some people would say that Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, it's kind of a 6/8 thing, but we'll say 3/4. Nothing Else Matters, Metallica. And Kiss from a Rose from Seal. Awesome one. By the way, in my comments, I put that this little disclaimer that if I play some music, that it's for educational purposes, which it is, and that I don't claim any copyright. So if I'm going to try to play a track, and then if they shut my stream down, we'll know why. But hopefully they're not going to shut it down. But like a couple seconds of this, so you know what I'm talking about. Kiss from a Rose. That, woo, man, that's a heavy-duty rock waltz, or pop waltz if you want to call it that. But you know that, right? You know what I'm talking about. There's some great playing on that. Okay, so that one. Gravity, John Mayer. Another really cool one. And then we could mention, there's like a million on this list. Are You Lonesome Tonight? Elvis Presley, if we go way, way back, right? And we could even, it's not really a rock waltz, but we could throw in Julie Andrews singing My Favorite Things. And so, there's all these tunes. And then kind of in the modern pop era, they're kind of saying some of these singers. So Alicia Keys, Fallen. Kelly Clarkson, Break Away. Kate Bush, Army Dreamers. I don't know if there's any Kate Bush fans here, but if you're not hip to Kate Bush, go back and look up early Kate Bush stuff. And Peter Gabriel did a bunch of producing on Kate Bush's stuff, and she used on some of her recordings, Manu Katché, I'm trying to think of some of the earlier tracks. British drummer, drawing a blank. Really great drumming on the Kate Bush stuff, and really interesting tunes as well. So I'm a big Kate Bush fan from way back when, and a huge Peter Gabriel fan, by the way. Which probably you guys don't know that because I don't talk about it a whole lot, but that is the truth. Smashing Pumpkins, Obscured. George Michael, Cowboys and Angels. The Corrs, Runaway by the Corrs. The Corrs are really cool. By the way, look up, if you have a minute, My Favorite Things is one of my favorite jazz waltzes to play. Yeah, beautiful song, right? And there's great versions of that tune. By the way, so I just got completely distracted. The Corrs, if you want to see some great Simon Phillips tracking in the studio with the band The Corrs, I wrote about this in my book, and Toss the Feathers, Corrs tune. Look up the session. It's really interesting. Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. That is a shuffle, not really a waltz, but I'll take it, Rocco, because you're here, and I love that you're here. Loneliness is Just a Word, Chicago. Great song. There's so many, right? I mean, we could name a million tunes that have this kind of stuff. Somebody also said Jay-Z did something called My First Song, which is a waltz. Muse, Blackout. Nothing else. Bob Dylan, The Times They Are A-Changin'. Secret World Live. Oh my God, yeah, right? That record, Secret World Live, I believe that Leland Sklar is playing bass on that, and Manu Katché's on drums, and it's ridiculous. And by the way, if you check out what I was going to say about Peter Gabriel too, is if you look up some Peter Gabriel stuff, and he's got some things in 3 that are really cool, and I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but female artists that sat in with him for certain tunes, Sinead O'Connor, Paula, darn, can't remember her last name, I'm drawing a blank, Sean Colvin, Kate Bush, all these different people that have sang with Peter Gabriel, all these great female singers. So just want to mention that. Yeah, awesome stuff. So let me just talk about kind of the couple placements of this waltz. So, and I'm just going to play one for a sec. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let's put on this. I'm going to play a tune, and this will have, this is like a waltz in 1, with the backbeat on 3, rather, from Tommy Igoe's record. I don't have the chart up, so I'm just going to improvise, but here we go.
Groove 55.
Groove 55. 1, 2, 3. So I don't have that chart memorized, so I was really not sure the entrances, but that kind of feel. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I was swinging it a little too much, but more of a straight 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2, 3, go 1, 3, go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, right? So that's a waltz with the snare on 3, and I love those. That's a super nice feel. And like with the Turtles, sometimes we do like a shuffle in 3, where we put the backbeat on 3 like this. So, you know, that still has that 3 thing, and of course you could do some things like this. You could go, if it still had that shuffly thing, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 2, 3, 2, right? That kind of thing. Or, you know, if it was more traditional like country waltz, 1, right? Or mix and match, you know, if the tune is right for it. So that kind of thing with the snare, the backbeat on 3 is really nice. That's a cool tune from, man, I Go 2 has some really interesting little tunes on it. I kind of forget about those. I've been going through some of these books because I'm using some Hudson material, you know, for like the clinic material and stuff. So it's really fun going back through these tunes and checking that out. And then the difference would be, so, you know, what tunes do we know that have that kind of feel? There's definitely a bunch. And, you know, on this list I have, I think, 100 tunes, but I didn't really write down which ones were which. But we can reference them, perhaps. We'll see if I get banned and shut down. So, and this would be cool. What? I should find that Chicago tune that Bob was talking about. All right, so, and here would be the backbeat on 1. So we got this.
Groove 56.
Thank you, Tommy. 1, 2, 3. Let me shut off my... Yeah, man. So that's kind of an old school feel, right? But it's really nice, and it's you know, a little bit of the gospel-y kind of 3 with that backbeat smack in the middle, which I love. Yeah, Lucia. So Lucia's she was just saying she loves the world groove section, and I think all my young students, Rocco too, like they love digging into all the world grooves in those. In the IGO stuff and in like Jim Riley's book, and it's just so much fun because, you know, now you're getting the appreciation of, you know, our younger drummers really to have a more global look at playing, right? And I've had students work on something original, and then they play it for me, and I'm going like, oh wow, you're playing the soca, like from the Igo book that you learned, So it's really cool, like to get the young drummers to go through all of the world grooves, and every once in a while, these guys know it. My young students, I drill them, like, okay, let me hear your mambo, boom. Let me hear your sango, bang. Let me hear your samba, boom. And just like hammer them on it. And you have to do that, So can I have this dance? Country waltz. Yes, John Gill, very cool. I was trying to think. With Roger, we got some really nice waltzes too in Roger Street Freeman stuff. And what was that, John? We covered the John Prine tune. Darn. On the second record, I think it was on the second record, we covered a John Prine tune, which was really fun. And that's like a 3-feel. Oh, another cool thing, and I can't quote the name of a song right now, but that John Prine tune has it. When it sort of feels like a 6 thing, right? A 6/8 feel. And then there's that little 3-beat turnaround that happens every couple of bars where it's like 9/8. So or if you think of the whole thing in 3/4, there's an extra bar. It's like having a 9th bar in the form. But I love that when it's sort of got this feel. So you'll have wonder if I could pull that up. I don't know if I can this quickly, but I might be able to. Let me see if I can pull that tune, and show you what I'm talking about. Because this little turnaround thing is so great, man, and I just love it. And let me see, Roger. Okay. Oh man. Not in my. Yeah, we have to go to Roger Freeman. We got to go to the whole record, Roger Street Freeman, and then we go to, hey, there's Carry Me. So we go to the album Shoot the Moon, and then we go down to, here it is. Oh, also we have this tune, Pour Me Another. That's got that little 3 turnaround too, as well as Paradise by John Prine, I was going to say. But here, I wonder if I could just play a little bit of this with the track. I know it's a little, here, watch this. Pour Me Another.
The sizzle of thick-cut bacon, the smell of frying pancakes, Daddy's old-time music playing from the grooves on a thick RCA.
Yeah, that one's got that snare in the middle feel, right? So I'm doing, like in the top of the tune, I'm really playing a waltz. And then it goes into this halftime center beat waltz, right? So I start out with right? So and then in the chorus, it goes to just a big open ride version of the same thing, and then it goes back to that theme, doom doom doom.
And the sun shone through lace curtains while the laughter trickled like rain. As a kid, I sure was certain nothing could ever change. So hey, senorita, pour me another strong margarita, and one for my brother. Here's to the old man and one for our beautiful mother. Now that it's gone, there is no place like home.
It was so cool having the horn section on that tune. So they play that little da 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 da. So we're playing. Right? So that was super fun. So anyway, Pour Me Another from Shoot the Moon with Roger Street Freeman. And then we did this tune Paradise, which I don't know if you guys know this one, but
when I was a boy, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town, it's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn.
There's that turnaround. 3.
Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. I'm sorry, my...
Man, I should really have Roger send me the drumless track of that, because I really love that tune. That was super fun to play. But I'm playing a little more looser waltz on that one. I'm playing sort of, in the top. And so you could say that's more of a 6/8 thing, and it's got that little 3-beat turnaround that I love. So that's a cool one. I mean, I know now I'm like plugging the tunes that I played on, but those waltzes to me are really fun to play. I love stuff in 3. I just love it. And there is another really cool 3 tune. I don't know if the whole tune's in 3, but check out Cowboys and Indians by Nick Kershaw with Vinny Colaiuta on drums. It's like mind-blowing. Such a great track. All right, really cool. So, there's some fun, stuff kind of in this rock waltz idea. Anybody else have any favorites that they could think of? There's definitely some on here that I do not know. But I will say, this one, Paul Simon, Still Crazy After All These Years. That's a good one. John Denver, Any Song. I don't know. I don't know that one. I think I should know that. I should look that one up. And a few others. I don't know. Depeche Mode, Blue Dress. Does Depeche Mode really have a waltz? Got to look that up. Is that true? Bjork, It's Oh So Quiet. Who knew? So there's all these things in this list. It's pretty amazing, like how many songs people are claiming or sort of fit into this rock waltz thing. But those are the ones that I've come up with today. And hopefully this was kind of fun to explore tonight. These various tunes, because I love this feel, and I think it's important for every drummer to really have a few of these in your bag. Is Rush losing in 3, 4, 6, 8? Well, I think it's phrased in 6/8, but the thing is, I think they're very interchangeable, So, 6/8 and 3/4, I do a lot of stuff. I know I've shown this in live streams before, where I go in and out of the 6 and the 8 thing. I mean, the 6 and the 3 thing all the time. Because you're able to superimpose those so well, because everything, that dotted quarter pulse, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. It's really the same, right? So, So that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, and 3. So, you really could take these different things and think of it how you like, almost, right? And the cool thing about playing in in and out of those feels and trying to see how they blend is it gives you more vocabulary over this stuff. So you're not, you're not feeling so stuck in like a little box or a triangle, if you will, of 3. It's kind of cool to be able to expand that. So, because, it's they just really lay together nicely, depending on the tune, though. So, that the tune in the beginning of my show, I played it last week. 6 1/2 dozen of the other. So that goes into sort of 3 or 6, right? So yeah. So take your pick. Yeah, man. Yeah, Mr. Neil, man. He solo section on the concert of Max's tune. Yeah. There's so much stuff, man. I mean, I think I need to keep expanding this list of all this stuff. I put down a lot. And again, yeah, it's much easier to. That's true. So Ross was just saying it's easier to subdivide things, but think about it like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Or thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and right. You really could count it either way. I got stumped for a second there because I was trying to remember some things that I've been using in my own playing for a long time that go in and out of those 2 different feels. And by the way, we talked about the snare placement on 1 and we talked about it on 3, but what about 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and that kind of does push towards a 6/8 kind of feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 3 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and right. So there's a lot of ways to do it, and you could override that. 1 and 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. So you can really play with these, these kind of subdivisions blending together and really have fun with it, depending on the tune, right? If you're playing a country waltz, don't be doing any of that. Or dum, da, dum. Keep it straight. But if you're playing the kind of music where you really can experiment and take it out a little bit, by all means, explore all those different subdivisions. Yeah, man. Tonight was super fun. Hopefully you guys, take me up on my suggestion to, toss out some ideas for some upcoming live streams. I have a bunch of ideas in my book that I've written down, but I want to hear from you guys and see what you guys are interested in as well, to make sure that I'm bringing things that are relevant to you and that feel close to your heart when it comes to playing the drums, because that's what this is all about. I'm trying to build this community and have a little bit of input from everybody. So anyway, awesome. It was a good hang tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys hopefully come Saturday. I'd love to see everybody there. It would be awesome. I'll be putting up the link all week on Facebook, and I put it in my mailing list. I probably sent it out. I'm already annoying people, but I'm going to be posting it a lot throughout the week. And hopefully we'll see you guys over there. We're going to have we're going to have a good time. We're going to play some great music. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to do some trivia, and we're going to have PDFs for you guys by the time this thing goes down. And I hope to see you all there. So thanks for hanging tonight. It means so much to me. And I'm going to go get some dinner. And I'll be seeing all you guys. Thursday, yes. Hand Technique Workshop. Thursday. And, of course, the drum clinic on Saturday. And then back here for the drum set stuff on Monday. And one last thing. If you haven't done the hand technique workshop before, join us. And if you really dig it, come in to the hand technique workshop in the Zoom class. There's always room for more. And I really appreciate you all. All right, guys, I'm going to go get some chow. I'm going to roll the credits. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.